Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Our haters said we couldn't do it. Our detractors said, episode 2? No way, not gonna happen. And here we are, boys, straight out of the Scarlet Halls and on the salty streets of Borealis. Do not relent, episode 2 is ready to go. I'm Slidewhistle.
I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag.
And I am Immunization, everyone's favorite sexy space goat.
Alright, so we did it, guys. We made it. Episode 2. How you guys feeling?
You know what? I'm feeling pretty good. Let's say we wrap it up with this one. Just keep it to a tight 2.
Yeah, let's just end it while we're ahead of the game.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. I'm going now. I'll stick around.
So this week in WoW, I think I did a little bit of everything. I tried to dabble in I think I touched every single thing except for the incursions, but I don't think those are up yet. Do you guys know if they're up yet?
From what I saw last night when I logged on, which unfortunately has been the only time this week because I'm a loser, I did not see them up, or at least did not see people talking about them.
I also didn't see them up, but I wasn't looking for them because I had enough other things that I needed to catch up on.
See, I missed raid yesterday because I had a Christmas party and I was passed out drunk. Aaron,
I was
you weren't at raid.
I was playing 8.1, and then I'm like, because also I had a really weird day at like my human job, so I was like, I don't really want anything stressful tonight, so I just did the scenario, and I'm like, that's all I really need to do tonight. It was not a great day for Aaron the human, let alone Aaron the WoW player.
We all have those days. Isn't that a Linkin Park line? Just one of those days.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. You don't want to wake up. Everything sucks. And that's a that is a Limp Bizkit line.
Oh, that's right. Not Linkin Park. Oh, jeez.
That's okay. 2000s new metal.
Alex, do anything fun in WoW?
Yeah, I played last night, and I was at raid to represent the three of us. Kind of uneventful. We didn't full clear because a lot of people were missing, and it was a little bit of a sad night. 8.1 really hit a lot of people hard. It felt like no one was healing as much, no one was doing as much damage. Fights were sloppy. I don't know if there were any secret patch notes or something, but those bosses were harder than they were last week.
Interesting. So we're going to be doing things tomorrow night, or at least Thursday night now, because you said it wasn't a full clear.
Yeah, we made it all the way up to Zool still. So I guess we'll start at Zool if we do decide to raid.
I think there were a lot of healing. A lot of the healers got hit pretty hard, right? I know Disc got nerfed. Holy got nerfed a little bit too, right?
Yeah, Disc basically got nerfed to like in the grave. So luckily Lynn is switched off Disc and he's Druid now. But also Holy Priest, what I play, got nerfed quite a bit as well. Not as much as Disc, but noticeably so. It was nerfed, yeah.
Damn. Well, that sucks. Hopefully we can down something on Thursday. Because I know Thursday's normally our day where, we have less people. I should be there, but my ranged damage is still learning.
Well, I hate to tell y'all, but it looks like Fire Mage only did better things in 8.1. That said, nothing. It's only because they only changed one thing. Meteor goes for 0.5 seconds longer on the ground.
Hey, that patch of Burning Flame is a lot of stuff though. I think I'm probably also now going to just be a permanent Fire Mage because they nerfed Frost kind of unnecessarily. I feel like now our slung potential is like a lot less.
Was that just to combat PvP because it was such a shutdown?
I think that they're actually doing all of their balancing around Mythic Plus because of their Mythic Plus Invitational and stuff. It feels like whenever something, because I guess Frostmage is like one of the go-tos for AoE maps, just because they can slow everything. You can kite things a lot easier. We have crazy raid damage or AoE raid damage. So it seems like to make things more balanced and to make people pick more, at least like different classes, My theory is that they're stretching it out like this, that way the other classes get played. But I guess if that was true, then Blood DK would get nerfed because that's all anybody really wants for tanks. Because they're ridiculous.
I won't lie. I wanted Fire Mage, being a lifelong Fire Mage, to get more play, but not like this. I wanted it to be like the cool one, not the only one they haven't nerfed.
Yeah, this happened in Legion too, where people basically came crawling back to fire because Frost got nerfed, so.
Hey, Arcane's always there, guys.
Boo!
I can't learn another spec, there's too many. If you can teach me the ways of Arcane, which I hear is 2 buttons, is that true?
Hey, there's a lot of finesse with when pressing these 2 or 3 buttons.
You gotta send those purple swirlies flying.
It's just all into Arcane Missile, right? That's the end all be all for all Arcane combos.
Well, a lot of the spec is like mana management. You have to like decide when you want to do your full burn phase and blow all your cooldowns for maximum damage. But yeah, you never hard cast arcane missiles. You always wait for it to proc.
Pew 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 pew.
Speaking of mages, Time Warp!
Oh.
Oh, loud.
Whoa. That was really quick. Oh boy.
You know what? I've had it burning on the tips of my little fingers here, and I'm ready. So, for all of those in the audience who, I mean, it is only episode 2, you may not know, Time Warp is a special challenge that one member of the podcast can call and challenge the other 2 members. A test of strength will happen for 40 seconds, and the loser of this game has to take 1 shot of the nasty devil's juice.
Or the yummy devil's juice.
Yummy!
So what do you got in store for us this week?
Hopefully I don't panic like last week. Oh god.
I recently was leveling a character through AU Draenor, and I thought, there's so many cool orc clans here. Can you guys name them all?
Oh no.
Like right now? Are we going yet? Oh fuck.
I'm just thinking if I can even name one.
We have so much start time I get ahead and I'm not getting anything done.
And get ready. Go.
What were the ones that had that whole dungeon around them?
Oh my god. I can see all their tabards.
Okay, one of them is the Frost Wolves, right? Is that they're still a thing, I think, in AU. The Frost Wolf clan.
Shadow Moon? No, I think it's a place. Fuck.
There is
Black Claw, Black Fang, the one-handed man who Khadgar was like, and one. Does that count? Does that count as a response? His black. Oh.
Wow, really? 40 seconds.
was that it?
Yeah, that was it. It's a ding damn tie, 1 each.
Are we 0? Oh, we both got one?
Wait.
Alex got Frostwolf, which is Duratan's clan, and the clan of Thrall. And Felipe got Shadow Moon, which is the magic users of Draenor.
We still have time, but I still can't fucking think of any. Like, I can see their colors, I can see the people who lead them.
If you had to think of them, it'd probably go Blackrock, Blacktooth, Bleeding Hollow, Bone Chewer, Burning Blade, Dragonmaw, Frostwolf, Laughing Skull, Mok'Nathal, Shadow Moon, Shattered Hand, Storm Reaver, Thunderlord, Lightning's Blade, Twilight's Hammer, Warsong, and then the beta builds, Blade Wind, Dark Scar, Flower Picker, Necrolite, Rage Roar, Redwalker, Searing Blade, Warlock, Kill Sorrow, and White Claw.
Those aren't real ones.
Those are all real.
And none of them memorable.
Yep.
Oh, man. I mean, I was close with Black. I said the Shatter Hand.
You did. You said Black Hand, and I'm like, just get to Blackrock or Blacktooth, please.
Wait, so now what do we do? Do we have a tiebreaker? Is there a tiebreaker?
I think because we both did so horribly, we both need to take a shot.
I guess, but the tiebreaker could be fun.
Okay, I have I have a tiebreaker that I am just now coming up with. The first person to get this character's name does not have to take their shot.
Okay, I'm
What is
ready.
Thrall's grandmother.
Gamma Thrall.
Mrs. Gams Thrall.
Thrall the
Thrallina.
with 2
Thrall's
eyes.
grandmother? Who the fuck's Thrall's grandmother? Karen. Susan. Julie. Judy. Mrs. Thrall. Mr. Thrall. Juniper.
Really?
Canterbury
I
Tales.
actually don't know this.
Thrall's first love
Agra. Agra.
before her.
Oh, there's someone before her?
Thrall's a hoe. Alright, I think we're just taking our shots now. I don't think we're getting out of this one. I don't know.
I apologize to everyone involved in this.
No, I know.
Oh, God.
He's pulling horde shit out. I don't care about horde shit.
Great Mother Gaia was
Who the
his
fuck?
grandmother's
Who
name,
the fuck is
and
that?
then Taretha Foxton.
Who the fuck? These aren't real people.
Those are real. Great Mother Gaia taught him how to do. I was about to say hood shit, but how to do shaman shit. And Taretha Foxton was the human he fell in love with, and then he got her head as a trophy.
I guess, but like, what if he left somebody in between her and when he was a baby?
I said his girl. Fair enough.
What if his mom was his first love?
He never even met his mom. You know the canon.
You can still have. So do I?
He met his mom and then had to actively help murder his mom.
All right, I'm drinking the shot. I give up.
Okay, me too.
I had a whole page dedicated to this. I had 2 markers ready to actively mark. I'm like, it's gonna be flying. They're gonna be getting so many.
No way, dude. I don't know horse shit.
Fair enough.
Laughing Skull is I can see their tabard in my mind's eye, but obviously couldn't think of their names.
We really should have gotten BlackRock. Like BlackRock Foundry, right?
Yep. Speaking of Horde, I think I have confirmation that the Horde are the bad guys.
I mean, they've always been, but what is the official confirmation?
I want you. Oh, did the shot hit you? I
Yeah.
want you guys to think about every fantasy world that exists. Okay. You guys see it in your head?
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to imagine 2 sides at war. Okay? You have the bad guys who are either like chopping down trees or burning stuff. And then you have the good guys who, if they have sentient trees on their side, they're the good guys. You got Lord of the Rings, you got the Ents, you got Of Might and Magic. The true people join the Elven faction who are the good guys. There are never any like bad trees in wars.
This is true. Like nature always tends to be on the
If you
good
fight
side.
nature, you're an asshole. You're a dick.
Yeah, you know what? I've tried to be like, you know what? There's appealing parts to either one. More and more, I'm like, yeah, the things I hear some of the NPCs say now, I'm like, good people don't say that. Like, at 8.1, I'm back in Lordero or whatever, and a Forsaken comes at me, and he's like, babies will scream! And I'm like, I don't know what the equivalent of that would be on the other side. Like, don't step on the trees. What is the night elf equivalent for the babies will scream and we will gas your loved ones?
I don't think there is one.
I think
doesn't
that's
exist.
also the thing too, is that the night elves, when they fight, are using like bows and arrows and tree roots. When you're using poisonous gas, I think you're the baddies now.
This is true.
Like, there's no getting around it. You guys are the bad guys.
I'm assuming you guys both did the Warfront, right? The Darkshore Warfront?
Yeah, I did it last night.
Yes. I got a very nice dress.
Hey, I got the robes too.
Ooh, I love those robes though, like the cloth robes. I don't know, like I at first when I saw them thought that it was just like a scandalous just bra top, but I figured out when talking to you guys earlier that it was just a white like undergarment under the like purple bra, but I didn't realize this because it was a very identical color to my Draenei skin tone, so it just looked like a bikini bra thing.
Ooh. You should post a picture of that for the Twitter. Maybe you can
Oh yeah,
post
yeah.
your little
Don't
bikini.
worry. Our like 2 fans, you'll see it on Twitter later.
Also, this is the first time we're all playing Clothies together, so we all actually know what the items look like.
Yeah, we can chat about it during the day. Like, girl, I just got the moon crescent headpiece. That said, I do really want the moon crescent headpiece.
How will it feel to finally have a headpiece that doesn't clip awkwardly on Greluna?
I mean, I have a few, but the fact that maybe 2 out of every 5 of them does that, I'm always still appreciative to get some more. Right now, I have a big purple crystal that just kind of no clips off the back of my head.
Yeah, I don't know if like with the new updated Worgen models, there'll still be these problems. I assume so, right?
That's my biggest question is so I have obviously the eyes are coming in. They're big and expressive. They're like panda eyes. And they're changing the mouths now so they can actually do expressions other than like a Billy Idol smear. But more so than any of that, the thing that always got me was the huge mane. And I don't know how they can fix that. As much as it pains me to say, I think that I won't be able to wear any helmets because my head will still be shaped like that.
Yeah, and it just kind of comes with what their model is and what it looks like, I guess. Unless they want to do the thing that like some of the like female humans have where all of their hair just disappears. Like you can't really make a whole mane disappear.
Yeah, it's just too much, and then I feel like the body is weird. The body is designed in proportion for you to have like a huge lion mane.
Yeah, I don't know, but Worgen just have the weirdest heads. They're just so bizarre. And like you guys can't even wear the top hat yet, right? Like they have a top hat you can get, but I don't think it's transmoggable, right?
No, it's a great item you can only get during your time at the beginning of Gilneas. I don't even know if you can have it on your Worgen, or maybe you can. I've seen fresh Worgen like level 7s show up and they have it, but you can't T-mog it because it's a great item.
I don't get why they like. There's some of the stupidest shit in this game that you can transmog to, and it's like this cool top hat. Nah, sorry. You want to have an awesome fish mace? Here you go. Go on ahead.
If we're talking about stupid shit that you cannot transmog all year round, why can I not use those really, really cool goggles from the anniversary event? The like yellow ones, remember?
I know those were super cool.
They fucked us.
It's even. I mean, I guess they consider that an event. Like it's one thing like, my Santa Claus outfit. It's like, well, I still feel like you should be able to do that anytime. But I guess that kind of makes sense. But nothing on those goggles is indicative of like anniversary, other than the fact that everyone knows they're for the anniversary. So just give it to me the whole time.
They're just sparkly goggles, and I think there were purple ones the year before. It's like they're just goggles. Like I guess because you really don't want to have that the fashion clash of too many dumb looking items. Am I right? Whereas I'm running around in my dwarf in like naked plate armor and a shovel, barefooted, swinging around on trolls. Like how is that any different? Tell me, Blizzard, how?
Are you telling me my orange thigh highs with purple middle school arm bracelets and huge witch hat aren't super serious? I take pride in that look.
Um, let's just dive right into the Darkshore Warfront. What did you guys think of it? You guys both ran it, right?
Yes,
Yep, Aaron, what do you think?
I like that it is more compressed, I feel like. It's you're physically moving for like the first half of it. Like you're always running up. My Ev is like, oh, go hit that thing. And then you hit it and you're running and you're actively chasing them back. And it's only about halfway does she like sit you down and she's like, okay, now it's gonna be a war front. But it never really felt like it didn't feel nearly as stagnant as Arathi Basin has always felt.
So I actually saw a reason on why this might be, and it might get fixed soon.
Oh no.
Apparently, this Warfront, you can run it without having to do any of the turn-ins. So it's either a totally different system of a Warfront, or it's bugged and you don't have to do turn-ins. I think it honestly, I'm hoping that it's just like you can skip turn-ins because people were saying that they were able to finish it in 15 minutes, and that's pretty short for a Warfront compared to Arathi.
I saw like horde forces coming down the road and they were beating us up. So maybe if like you're a team of 15 super high level cool guys, but I know my one we were like actively fighting, we were getting all the turn-ins and I just felt like it was really cool. Maybe I played it wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that they don't patch it because I was gonna say that I thought that it was paced really well. It didn't feel like it dragged on like Arathi did, and I just felt like we were constantly like doing something. I still turned things in. I feel like other people did too, and I felt like it was definitely a war front, but I feel like it didn't drag as much as Arathi, you know?
When you guys played, were you guys playing an active role in the bombing of the ships? You guys know what that is?
Yes, when you jump on the bat.
Yeah, 'cause I noticed there were only so many bats to go around. Like I was able to ride a bat. It was the last bat I think that was available. Did you ride any bats, Immune?
No, I was gonna ask what bats. I didn't even see any bats during my experience. I don't think.
Like I think it was basically like three-fourths of the way to the end. They were bat riders who you would kill the rider and the bat would just be lying like a corpse in the ground. And then you would click on it and then you would somehow ride it. So it wasn't dead, it was just like I guess dazed. And then you spend the next like 6 minutes flying around in a circle bombing these boats with really like low hitting bat spit and acid. I think that there are glaives that are on the ground as well that are hitting them.
Yeah, the glaive throwers are on the beach actively pelting the boat.
Yeah, that was the only point when it was kind of like quote unquote time gated because people were like, "What do we do?" And I'm like, "I'm spitting on it. I'm a bat. I'm spitting ooze in the boats." And they're like, "What?" So it was only like five of us, I think, who were able to do it.
Ours took extra long because I know I and at least one other guy. So there's three options. There's like big spit, little spit, and three. And I was like, well, what's three do? And as I hit it, I saw it was a white flag. Like 30 seconds into it, a guy and I fly back, and then our bats fly away. So I was like,
No.
oh, damn, no. So we were on that beach for a while, which may be the reason I'm the only one who saw Delarin or whatever show up.
Yeah, I mean, I also felt like I spent a lot of time on the beach because that's where a lot of our group was. So I was just hanging out with all of them, healing them, and a lot of them were taking some damage. So maybe Delarin was there attacking them, but I feel like it wasn't ever fully announced that we were fighting her. Was she there? I don't know.
Yeah, she didn't even get a talking head. Like I said, it just so happened I was coming out from the trees from my bat adventure, and I saw her, and like I held my hand up and squinted. I was like, oh, there she is. And then she had some line about like, a loon will lead you to failure. And then a couple seconds later, she fell over.
All right, so now that we've talked about the gameplay, let's talk about the story of this because I kind of didn't like a lot of the things that were presented in this Warfront. I feel like there were a lot of weird missteps that I feel like don't make a lot of sense to me. How do you guys feel about what happened down in the lore?
Okay, so let's, I guess, start with the scenario that we had to run with the Ascension of Taronda, I guess? Is that where we should start?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think that one was that one was fine for me. I feel like. Do you have any problems with it, Immune? Do you have any gripes?
No, I felt like that overall was okay, like in the way that it was executed. I feel like Taronda during the beginning of it came off looking really strong and powerful. I did think it was weird that they showed Taronda coming up to Anduin being like, "Hey, help us out. Send us some troops our way so that we can take back our homeland." And then Anduin was like, "Nah, we can't do that." And then Gen all of a sudden was like, "Oh, but we're gonna help them." And then Anduin's like, "Yeah, sure." But I thought that the Gilneas fleet was like at least a decent portion of the Alliance forces, so I don't know. I thought that was weird.
Like I've always said, the Gilneans and to a lesser extent the Worgans are like a large part of the on the ground forces. I would say between humans and Draenei, those are like the big three you always see in a melee fight.
I forgot that I actually hated that part of the of the story. I did not like that anyone was like, "Tyrande, I'm so sorry. We cannot spare a soul. We can't spare a body. We're losing everybody." She walks away and Gen's like, "Hey, Anduin, I'm gonna send my boys out to go help." And Anduin was like, "That is fine." I'm like, "What? You just said you
He
couldn't send anybody."
he's got to support his Auntie Jaina.
I feel like it was meant to show that like he's still a young leader and doesn't fully have control over everything that's happening, maybe.
But like we get it. Like it's this is like the ninth example of that. If that's I don't know. I feel like Gen would have been like, hey, is this cool? Like, he just did it. He was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna do it. And he said, like, my wife would kill me, but it's like, she has asthma from the fire. She's not gonna make it anyway. She'll be fine. Good old, what's her name?
Mia.
Mia Greymane.
All I know is I saw the Grey Guard there, and they had some cloaks that I had never seen before. So I am all in on those being part of the Gilnean armor set.
But more than cloaks, what else did they have, Aaron?
Oh shit!
Uh-oh,
They
here we
had
go. Here we go.
they had names, baby.
Ah!
So I was running around the thing, and I was actively helping out. I was killing Horde. Then all of a sudden, I rolled up on 2 Worgen who had names.
He's so excited. You can hear it in his voice.
Which, shout outs to my folks, Oliver Hopewell, Jane Black, Tom Bray of the
He's
Black
naming
Moon.
all of them. No.
Because I sat there and took a photo of each one when I found them. Celestine of the Harvest and Keeper Verdun. I actively, we were on the beach fighting people, and I saw the Worgen, I think they were called Gilnean musketmen, come in, and I'm like, hell yeah. I was fighting next to them, and then there was a weird glitch where they turned into Gilneans and did the scared running away motion.
So like when they were firing, they were Worgen though?
Yeah, when they were using their guns, they were Worgen. And then when like Delarin died or we had to go to the boat, they turned into Gilneans and did this like the fear runaway motion.
I can tell you why, dude.
Why?
It was a flashback to the Second War.
Oof. But no, I am very excited. There was a moment when Tyrande was like defend me while I do my incantations, and you fight with Maiev and some night elves, whatever, it's night elves.
I think it is still weird that Maiev and Tyrande are on such good terms, considering Tyrande literally killed like a whole bunch of Sentinels to free Illidan. I mean, it was a while ago, but like they're still night elves, so don't forget this
I
shit.
am so over the Sentinels. This, with the loss of Sierra Moonglaive or whatever, or Moonwarden, this is like our 8th Sentinel we're supposed to be surprised turned to the dark side. Whatever training they have is worth nothing.
Yeah, I mean they did kind of address the tension between Tyrande and Maiev though. Like when we were all on that boat going, I think it was during just the scenario, right? Not the warfront, when we were in the boat, and Tyrande was like, Maiev, I leave you in charge of everyone, and then Maiev was like, but why do you trust me so easily after our past history? And then Tyrande's like, I basically along the lines of, I don't really have much of a choice, and like this is what we need to stand together for.
I think at this point, there's kind of like, we only have so many night elves that are important. Because don't forget that Maiev and her brother Jared are working together. And it was in that Richard Knack book where I think that Maiev literally tried to kill Jared Shadowsong, her brother. So, like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of weird, like, blood history that's just kind of, like, being erased, I feel like. I mean, I guess it was addressed between those two, but, like, Maiev has to fucking hate Tyrande after what happened. But I guess if the Night Elves can come together to have their shit together, then I guess we can.
You know who really had their shit together though? I don't know her name. I didn't check. But in like the second area, there was just a super bubbly night elf druid. And in like the middle of all this fighting, she's like, you scratch my back? I'll feral scratch yours. And I'm like, fuck yeah. If you could have a good time, we could all have a good time here. And like everyone in my thing was like, oh, I love her. She's so sassy.
She's making jokes at a time like this.
She's just loving her life. She's living her best life over there. She's throwing a rager underneath the Ancient of War. Like, fuck yeah, let's fuck 'em up.
I would say I also didn't like how when Sia Moonwarden was raised, she was all of a sudden like, fuck a loon, fuck the Alliance. And it's like, because when you're raised as an undead, isn't the whole point that you still have that free will? Like, isn't that a big defining point of it?
She wasn't super about Elune even. Like when you land, good archer, it's not Delarin, the other archer, is like may Elune guide us. And Sierra has some sort of like comment like, Elune has not paid attention to us since she let our tree burn. And then on the beach, it's kind of distant, and I don't think it goes like it's like a vocal line, but you can hear her say like, where is she? So I think she was really, really depending on Tyrande to not like slash RP walk the entire way like she did and come and rescue her.
To be a sentinel, you have to have so much training, and CA has been around since like Cataclysm. It's really fucking weird to be like, oh, I now serve the Banshee Queen, but it's like, do you? Like, she killed your friends and your family and burned your tree down, and because Tyrande RP walked, you're gonna all of a sudden be like, I'm gonna kill all the Alliance, including you, champion, who's helped me for so fucking long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's right or anything, but one of them, I don't know if it was Sierra or Delarian, one of them had a line when you first encounter them in the instance saying something along the lines of, "Oh, we waited for so long out here on the beach fighting against the Forsaken, and not you, not Elune, no one came to help us."
Just doesn't feel like a very good reason from their whole upraising. You know what I mean? Like, they've had so much. I don't know.
I just think the Night Elves are drama queens and maintain that the Sentinel program, whatever it is, does not breed loyalty into these people.
Also, are all Sentinels Night Elves?
Yes, Sentinels are.
They're all Night Elf women.
I mean, like, I guess if you didn't know, I guess you wouldn't know because they're in full garb. But yeah, they're all.
Yeah, because when I was running the scenario, I turned to Slide and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forget that Maev is a night elf."
And I would just like, I'm nodding, but like, who doesn't know that?
I mean, I didn't know. It took not that I really cared. Like I saw like my and I was like, oh, that's neat. Or no, actually, I'm sorry. I saw Cordana Felsong in WoD. I'm like, that's neat.
Cordata.
Yeah, another wonderful Sentinel turned to the dark side on
Okay, but
a whim.
that's only two. Can you name a third?
Pretty much every group. Well, Maev and pretty much
Maev's
all of her
not bad.
followers. Maev is, but she tried to kill Malfurion.
That
in
makes
the
makes her
Richard Knack book.
complicated. She's not bad. Also, it's a Richard Knack book, which I know I used as an example earlier. But she's not bad. She's complicated. When it comes to killing Horde, she's in.
All the people under her employ tried to kill the ruling Night Elf family because, like, I think we could do it better. That's not an excuse to try and murder your superpower leaders, the guy who invented Druidism.
Listen, he was snapping for too long, and if you asked half the WoW fan base, I think all of them would agree.
I do think his voice actor needs to put some more oomph into it now that he's energetic, or now that he's like a badass.
His voice acting in the first little scenario was bad. Was that Malfurion?
I feel like his voice actor just needs to treat every moment as if he was Xavius pretending to be Malfurion, because he showed so much emotion then. Where did it all go?
He was he was just like, champion, I'm going to need your assistance here. And it's like, whoa, where's your chutzpah? Like, where's your oomph? Like, there was no like exclamation mark at the end. It was just like, I'm sleepy, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
He's been in the series for forever, since they started talking Warcraft 3, and it still sounds to me just like someone's old pop got brought into the booth like, oh, champion, welcome to Warcraft of World.
I think he was I didn't have a problem until this scenario. I thought he was fine before then, but in this one he seemed like he was just super flat, and maybe like they didn't have like fun little effect to put on his voice this time around, but I was like, what's going on here, dude? Are you alright?
My only other gripe, and this is a very minor one, I don't know if you guys ran into it, when you're fighting Nathanos and the Angels, they use an attack on you that like binds you in a purple chain, and then it made the entire screen black. And apparently Malfurion goes and does something to Nathanos that's like very important. But I say apparently because my entire screen, other than like a orb around my character, was black. And I had to run the scenario twice, so I'm just assuming that's what it's supposed to be.
Did your graphics card fail? Because I don't remember that happening at all. Do you, Immune?
I also don't remember that happening, no.
I wish I had video of it. Yeah, it was like they get you in a chain, they talk for a little bit, the entire screen goes dark, and I had to hover over Nathanos and Malfurion and click on them to be like, oh, Malfurion's here. I can kind of hear him. And then the screen like shoots back to normal when the angel dies, the Valkyrie dies.
You see the Valkyrie die, like it gets hit, it goes down, and they like run away, and then I guess I don't remember a black orb, but apparently from the horse side, what happens is they hop on a mount and they fly away, about 10 feet away from where that just happened to their camp. Apparently, you can see the corpse of the Valkyr from where they fly to. So it's like, Tyranda's like, Malfurion, do not follow him. And it's like, bitch, why? He's weak? Like, you can hop on that right now and kill him.
All he has is he's a very competent archer with his cousin's body. You guys are super juiced with emo juice. Just get him.
I mean, I guess the idea is that Thanos is also super juiced with emo juice from the Valkyr, but it's like, I don't know. It feels like they kind of gave Tyrande power, but they were like, just like, she doesn't need that much power. Let's make Thanos, the guy who's in a stolen body of his cousin, as powerful as an empowered Night Elf.
They went through this whole storyline where they empowered Tyrande, made her not just a powerful Night Elf, but the Night Warrior, the most powerful Night Elf there is, that's supposed to take care of all the Night Elves. And no Night Elf has ever ascended to this high of power. And she was already pretty powerful before, so I feel like her SR is like another level. I feel like her and then the father of all druidism should wipe out Thanos, like, who's just some dude, just some undead dude. Like, come on.
He's so under their league, which is why I was okay with him and Gen scrapping all the time. Because as much as I love Gen, all he is like a very competent hand-to-hand fighter and a tactician, which all Thanos is a tactician and a competent bow guy. Once you get anyone who's magic, they lose.
We have to talk about that Gonea squad in the beginning.
Yes.
Why were they were all wearing the Brawlers Guild fist weapon transmog, which, I don't know if you notice this, Aaron, but all it is imagine you have your own hands, right? And imagine on your hands you have brass knuckles that end in very sharp claws.
Well, I'm assuming they did that because canonically, Worgen claws are sharp, and that's what they fight with. But in game, the only hand-to-hand fighters are monks, and they can't make them monks because that's stupid.
I guess you're right, because then they have to hit like that.
Yeah, I'm assuming they make them use the fist weapons as like a stand-in for their Worgen claws.
But like, I think there's an invincible fist weapon that they could have easily given them. There's like slash. I'm like, no, but no, you have real hands.
No, but shout out to, that's what I was going to say earlier, shout out to that group. It's like, oh, you go to the North Flank, and I was like, hell yeah, the North Flank are just my boys.
Okay, so let's wrap up this. How do you guys feel about the trade-off for Thanos getting away, but the Alliance just downing one Valkyr? That's basically all we got, right?
Yeah, that's all we really got out of it. And then, I mean, Tyrande got a model update, but that's metagaming. She doesn't know she got a better, in my opinion, much better model update.
Yeah, she looks good, honestly.
The Buffont's gone, and I'm very happy.
I think this is setting up to take away Sylvanas' power because she only has, I believe, 3 Valkyr left. It might even be 2 Valkyr. No, it has to be 3 because she wouldn't send 2 to the warfront. Or would she? Who knows? But she only has so much left. So now with this one gone, she loses the power of resurrection for herself and for her people.
I think she had 6 going into BFA, and she's already blown 2 of them. So she's a third of them down. And for very little gain, considering Tyrande just killed one, and they battle res Derek Proudmore, and he's not a team player right now. So...
Oh, wait. Did a Valkyr have to die to get Derek Proudmore?
Yes.
Okay, well then she might only have 1 left. I think she only had 3, so I think she only have 1 left.
So the one that got away is the only one.
Her Valkyrie are a mystery to me because she was trying to make more with the little lantern thing, right?
Oh yeah, back in Legion and Stormheim, right?
Yeah, because that way she would have gotten all of A tiers or A tiers Valkyr, and then she would have had like hundreds more. I have also confirmed that she has 1. Sylvanas is down to a single Valkyr now.
Oh, so maybe it was more significant than we might have thought.
I didn't know that she burned 1 for Derek Proudmore.
Mm-hmm. For him to do nothing. He wakes up and he's like, I hate this, kill me! And she's like, shit! So now she's just stabbing him with a big stick.
The stakes have actually been raised then. That's pretty interesting, and I'm kind of here for it.
And now, with our live on the beach report from the ruins of Lordanel, here's our on the scene reporter, Growlina.
Hello, DNR Nation. This is Growlina sitting on the shores of Lordanel after repelling the Horde. I'm sitting here with Blood Fun, who assisted us in these endeavors. How are you feeling today, Blood?
LOL, is this real?
This is very real, Blood. With the adrenaline over, what are your thoughts on this warfront?
LOL, we did it. It's better than the last one.
I'd agree, Blood. Arathi isn't that fun for anyone. So have you enjoyed the warfront system as of yet?
Kinda, I don't play them much though. The gear isn't that good and it takes fucking forever.
Oh, I'd have to agree. So in your opinion, what is... Blood is on the move. We here at DNR will follow and carry out this interview. So, Blood, can you tell me your opinions on Nathaniel's split collar?
LOL, why are you here?
Journalism, Blood. People need to know.
I don't know, he sucks.
Strong words. One that I must agree with. Well, things didn't go to plan, and I'm a ghost now. Considering I'm incorporeal now, I'm gonna kick it back to you boys in the studio.
Well, thank you for that report, Growlina. And we are back here in the studio in Borealis to finish up our episode of Do Not Relent. So I thought maybe since we've already thoroughly discussed the Darkshore scenario and Warfront, let's just hop into what else we want to talk about 8.1. So, Slide, do you have anything you want to talk about in particular about 8.1?
Guess what I ran today?
What did you run today?
I ran the Nomergon Pet Battle Dungeon.
Oh, how was it?
It was hard because I don't pet battle very often. The flavor is okay. It's pretty cool. Like, you literally go back and take the elevator down to Nomergon, and you do the pet battle. I'm probably one of like the only like 8 people who did it because I feel like it's not on top of like everyone's to-do list, but it was okay. One of the rewards is there's a guy who would teleport you to one of the pet stores or in the pet stores, and he would teleport you to Nomergon in case you want to go back and run that dungeon over and over again for some reason.
Okay, so to run this, how many level 25 pets do I need?
You need at least 1 to even access it. But to beat it, you're going to need at least 3, or wait, no, at least 15 for the challenge mode version. So yeah, so probably just like 3 if they're your ideal. He did an eye roll, so probably more than 3.
Not gonna lie, I don't pet battle very often. I think I probably only have 2 or 3 max level pets and 1 or 2 at like 20s. I just don't do it very often. Okay, Aaron, how about you? Do you have anything you want to talk about 8.1?
I'm just going to say, I know Blizzard writing has been incredibly hit or miss at the moment as far as like things they're setting up, things they're getting ready for. One thing that I really enjoyed was in the 3 story beats you get for the current war campaign, I feel like each one ends on a really cool note that is really telling for something that's going to happen in Siege of Ataldazar.
Whoa, did you already run your war campaign part?
Yeah, I've already run all 3 of them. I did it last night.
This is a no spoiler show. I'm sorry, wait, no. This is a spoiler show. So if you haven't done it yet, like me,
Or
I guess.
me. I haven't done it either, so come on, Aaron, spill that tea.
Lay it on us.
Tell you what, I won't spill the whole kettle, but I'll put a few drops on the ground here. There are some really interesting setups as far as a cool character moment with your 2 favorite BFA rogues, a showing off of what Jaina will be capable of in the future, and a storyline involving a race I had forgotten pledged its allegiance to the Alliance, and I am really interested to see how that turns out. You'll know what I mean when you go and run them, but I can say that that's something I'll give Blizzard credit for at the moment, is very good foreshadowing for the raid that will be coming out in like a month.
Oh, we're actually getting good foreshadowing as Alliance for once? That's a miracle.
Yeah, because we had 0 for Uldir. We're just basically like Magni's like, oh yeah, come here, champions.
I'll say maybe I'm just so starved for content and writing of any kind. I'll let you guys be the judge, but I'll
Oh
say
no,
that
it's
I
nothing.
enjoyed
It's
it.
nothing.
Yeah, if it's anything better than Bran just going, I guess we should solve it, then it's wonderful writing to me.
Low bar, I guess.
Alright, Amin, what about you? What's your 8.1 excitement thing?
Well, one of the things I've enjoyed so far has been just the overall quality of life changes that they've added. So, like, I don't know if you guys have used the Scrapper yet, since 8.1 is
Oh my
dropped.
god, I was gonna talk about that too. Yeah, go on with what you're saying, but I agree with it.
Yeah, so you go up to the scrapper and now it shows you in the inventory the things that you're able to scrap, which, like, before I just had to go like, is this a new item, or is this one that I've had since Legion in my backs that I forgot about, or is this something from Draenor that I still happen to have? Is this something from Vanilla? I don't know.
Are you kidding me? This is a thing now?
Yeah, it shows you the scrappable items.
And it
What?
and it and it grays out everything that isn't. So the only and doesn't let you select it obviously, but so the only thing you see are scrappable items.
Oh my god, I'm the world's biggest scrapper. I can't believe this is amazing. I'm actually genuinely excited about this stupid fucking scrapping update. What the fuck?
Yeah, which is weird because like I normally just disenchant everything, so I just happen to notice it. I don't go to the scrapper very often, but you know.
Damn. Also, I'm gonna hijack this to insert myself again. If you're an engineer, you get 2 amazing quality of life changes. Number 1, we get our own goddamn auction house in Borealis, baby. Second Legion,
Is that an item or is it just a secret person somewhere now?
there's a mechanome man who stands next to the scrapper who's only accessible if you're an engineer. It's the same one who was in Legion because old Dalaran had the same thing, so they brought it back in new Dalaran. So now they're just kind of just like, well, hey, he's back again. So that's great. Then finally, our group who's never been able to have a B-res before because no one has played a Death Knight or a Druid or a Monk reliably or a Warlock. Finally, after years of searching, we have a B-res, boys, because engineers now get a B-res.
Didn't you say it has a 50-50 chance to kill you?
We don't know what the percentage is, but it does say that there is a chance that the vitality will reverse, which probably means I'm gonna die. But I have to do some extensive testing, or just look it up later.
So we have a B-res 3 out of 5 times.
Hey, it's better than 0 out of 0 times, I guess, for our group.
That's fair.
But yeah, another big quality of life that I'm excited for. Although Slide was telling me earlier that it may or may not be a thing currently because there were some problems with how it was brought in, but Blizzard is trying and they will eventually allow for the 7th Legion Honor Bound representative to sell us maps that we can send to our alt accounts so that there are flight paths available across the 2 new continents.
So I think what happened was it was available yesterday, and I tried to do it today because yesterday I didn't play at all, and I got on today, and I go to buy the item, and it's not there. So I'm like, well, where's it at? So I Google it, and apparently what happened, there was a bug that Blizzard said that they had to remove the item from the vendor, so we weren't able to get it today, or I guess yesterday as of like 9 p.m. Central, and it's not in yet. And they said it will be back up soon. So I don't know what that means. Blizzard soon, TM. But yeah, I think how it works is you buy it on your main and you just use it, and then you have that. No, you buy it in your alt. You buy it on your alt, and then you use it, and then you're golden. You have all the fight paths that you didn't bother trying to obtain because they're so hard to get.
Oh, I like was on my main and I didn't see it from the vendor, so it probably isn't there yet. I just assumed it was one of those things like the artifact knowledge things in Legion where you would buy it on your main and mail it to your alt so they would have it. So you'd have to buy it for all of your alts, but I guess I really don't know since I haven't seen it.
It's possible. I also haven't seen it, so I'm in the same boat as you.
Okay, well, if no one has anything else to say about 8.1 and things that they like, dislike, now's your time to say.
I have a very unfortunate thing that I don't understand what Blizzard's doing right now.
Oh no.
They made 2 big mistakes, I feel like, with 8.1. First of all, did you guys even know that you could delete your keystones?
No, because we never ran enough Mythic Plus dungeons, really.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I guess for the last 4 months, you could delete your mythic keystones and say that like I had a +2 and Aaron had a +9. If I deleted my key and I ran with Aaron and we beat it in the time, I would have gotten a +8 key. But basically, my key would scale with Aaron's key if I deleted it. And this wasn't a thing in Legion, but it was a thing in the beginning of BFA to about 8.1. So they made it so now you can't delete keys. So you can't get a soft reset on your keys, which I kind of get from their perspective, but at the same time, they would penalize you for doing so. If I deleted my key and I ran Aaron's key and we beat it, I'd get a +8 key. But then when it comes to the next week's reset, it would deplete my key by one extra level because I deleted that key.
So even though you had an 8, you'd be getting 7 gear.
Yeah, if that is how it works. It's been so long since I've ran in the dungeon because I'm doing all my RBGs that I'm not sure. But basically, yeah, they would add an extra level of depletion to it. But instead, they're just like, you know what? Everyone's keys are permanent and you can't delete them, which is a change that like doesn't really make sense because if you already had a punishment for it, what does it matter?
Yeah, and it's not like you're not running through the dungeon. You're completing it. Yeah.
Especially since, like, I feel like if your personal maximum is probably around whoever you're running with is, why should you have to grind your whole way back up to whatever you're normally at just because you didn't have a keystone last week when the rest of your group did?
But then they also did was they stealth buffed some dungeons. So dungeons that were already hard as fuck, like King's Rest and Underrot isn't that hard, but they still stealth buffed both of those dungeons. So now King's Rest is actually harder than it was before, which is pretty damn hard.
We already thought it was pretty hard, so maybe they stealth buffed some raids too, and that's why we had such hard time on Tuesday.
Possible, but because Underrot now is like there was trash you could skip, but now you can't skip it because they gave them stealth detection, and that'd be fine. But these changes, all of them, the keystones, the dungeon buffs, they were not mentioned in the patch notes. They just happened.
Ooh, yeah. That's one thing to make poor choices. It's another thing to try and slip it under people's noses.
And people obviously are gonna notice. There's so many people playing WoW, so like they got tweeted at, and we were like, "Well, what's going on with this?" And they were answering these. But then they also did another stealth nerf to your Azerite knowledge.
So it'll be harder to get Azerite levels?
So you know how each week our Azerite knowledge gets cut by 30%. I'm pretty sure it is. So like as the weeks go on, and it was meant to be a mechanic to help alts catch up. So say that because obviously if you have your alt who's starting 8 weeks after your main, getting that much Azerite as they would have would take forever. But what they did was they stopped the Azerite cut on this patch day, and it wasn't documented in the patch changes. So it took people tweeting at Blizzard and them responding over a tweet where they said the intent of increasing Azerite knowledge was to provide assistance to catch up and unlock Season 1 Azerite powers. It is now at a level that does so, and it will resume increasing when Season 2 Azerite items begin appearing on January 22nd. That means for a month, more than a month, our Azerite knowledge will not be decreasing over this next 5, 6 weeks. And so it's going to be just a slog to gain Azerite. And it already was kind of a slog to begin with, at least for us.
Well, also, we haven't been farming it as much as some people probably have been.
This is true, but it's just one more reason that like people log in. People log in to like, okay, well, I'm gonna get my Azerite increase. I'm gonna do my stuff. They're actually giving people less incentive to log in. 6 weeks is a long time. That's a long time to have no Azerite knowledge decrease. I just feel like it's a very odd thing to do and give nobody any notice of. People only found out from this tweet that came out today. They had so much time to let us know, and it came out over Twitter from Warcraft Dev's Twitter account. When it's like it should have been in the patch notes with their other undocumented changes that people are not documenting. It seems just kind of shady. I don't know. It's rubbing me the wrong way that they're doing it like this when they can easily just let us know ahead of time.
That's kind of annoying. I see that.
It's just dumb, because, like, if you're trying to hide negative things like that because you think you'll get yelled at, you'll get yelled at twice as hard when people find it out. And the most hardcore WoWians are the people who like data mine it and find all those statistics. So just take it on the chin initially, mention it's a thing in patch notes, get yelled at, but then people have time to get used to it.
Well, the yelling will probably be happening soon because Ian has a Kostas and Lore. They're going to be doing another developer Q&A on the 14th, which is in 2 days.
Yeah, that's real soon, so keep a lookout for that one.
We'll see what answers they answer, but I feel like they're probably going to be avoiding a lot of the hard-hitting questions that they normally do in the Q&As. I always watch them, but I'm always like, come on, there's got to be some harder-hitting questions than this.
Yeah, you're not gonna accept any questions that'll make you look stupid on your own platform. So they more than likely will not mention it, or if they do, just be very blasé about it.
Now that we're wrapping up that little segment, let's just slide on into everyone's favorite segment, the sexiest NPC of the week.
Ooh, here we go, baby.
So who do we got this week, Aaron?
This week we set our sights all the way back to the mists of Pandaria, to everyone's favorite barefoot fisherman, Nathan Nat Pagel.
Oh,
I mean, ooh.
We first encountered Nat 6 years ago in the Karasang Wilds, just sitting on the side of the shore fishing. And I won't lie to you, gang, my heart was enamored immediately. Here was a man who traveled all this way from a foreign land just to chase his passions.
I mean, everyone loves a good seaman, am I right?
Ooh, and he has that long rod that's gonna hook me in, baby. Let me tell you.
Also, he is the sole purveyor of the murky lure. I'm sorry, the mud skunk lure, which gets me a plus 10% on all fishing, and that's very beneficial. And also, he's got muscles.
He can grab my cod any day.
Now, I have to ask the group, who do you think is sexier? I won't be offended if you guys don't want to answer. Nat Pagel or Pat Nagel?
Oh shit.
I'm not into that hentai shit. Pat Nagel's Hearthstone card art has so much gross tentacles on him. I don't think so. No, give me Nat Pagel every day of the week.
I also got to go with the OG Nat Pagel.
And I'll tell you why right now. He's the sexiest NPC of the week.
Get it, the sexiest NPC of the week!
Sweet jazz. But do you know what's better than Nat Pagel's sweet rod?
What? I don't know if there can be anything better than that, Rod.
How about an open plank? Because let me tell you, Borealis got the best fucking update. On Tuesday, they removed that stupid gate that you had to jump over to jump to the boat. Now, they just took out the gate, there's stairs going down, and they added a nice little plank and run across and jump. You can make it to that boat with no interference.
Forget about the war mode buffs the Alliance got. This plank is the single biggest buff that the Alliance could have gotten, because now I, without fail, will make it to that boat in the Borealis Harbor. I don't have to fly into the water on accident and click on that ladder to get back up to my table. Nope. I just go right across that plank.
I won't lie, I got really used to just kind of caravanning off of the side and clicking the rope in midair. I mean, I'm very appreciative for this plank for this plank of wood, but I'll miss my mad stunts.
Those war mode changes are actually pretty goddamn sickening. I did war mode today. I turned it on for the first time in a while on my mage. I was out there doing world quests. I was out there doing the war campaign to catch up on my alt. And I feel like we are golden for my one experience out in the wild today.
Do you think they finally gave us the advantage to even up the playing field?
Or they fixed something in stealth behind the scenes. I was doing my Tortolan quests out there by Cuthra Kojo.
Oh, I mean, like, I can barely make it to the shell game without dying.
That's what I'm saying. I landed at the shell game. I RP walked just to make sure. I RP walked up to Kojo. I played his shell game. I walked away. and my add-on that has like horde detection didn't go off once. I moved to a world boss that was near the area, and every single time I've gone to this goddamn mob, there's like a billion horde in this cave at the fight, just me, and there was nobody there. Which I guess if nobody was there, it would be a bad thing. But there were alliance there and no horde there. So I feel like from this solo experience with my 30% experience and resource buff, we might have a good fix on our hands. I'm praying to Elune. I'm praying to the light. Please let it be this way.
I'm not even looking for superiority, because then we just have another problem on our hands. Just give us a fighting chance and make it even. That's all I'm asking for.
Get this. I 1v2'd 2 druids. That means I'm a baller. I'm balling out. War mode is fixed. I 1v2'd 2 druids. War mode is saved, everybody. Listen up. I did it.
I beat up these guys, so I saved the day. I did it.
Call it the end game. It's over. We did it. War mode is a miracle. We did it.
So I guess we're approaching the end of the pod, right?
I guess. I mean, I hate to call it quits, even though I am calling it quits after the second episode, like I said at the top.
I mean, everything now on is we're done. Is this even a podcast? I don't know.
I mean, at this point, it's just our victory lap. We won the Emmy. We got it in 2. At this point, we're just styling on them.
So we will wrap up this little here podcast with our favorite segment of the week. Top 2 to the week. Slide, what you got?
My top 2 to the week is engineering getting some more love. The fact that now I can B-res people, and if I die, I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to do my job. Because let me tell you, I have died 5 times using my stupid engineering belt, where I'm running, and if you use it, it has like a 1 in 20 chance that your speed belt will shoot you up like 50 feet into the sky, and because I'm a mage, I can just slow fall and just slowly fall to the ground. So like I never die, but it's hilarious whenever it happens. Because I feel like Immune has watched it happen 3 times now, where I get shot up into the sky, and he's like, "Wait, where did you go?"
Oh yeah, many times I've seen this happen.
So now the fact that I get to have a second goof 'em up engineer item, where I just probably just blow up trying to res somebody, that's awesome. I love it. It's class fantasy, and I'm here for it.
Here for that, I will say my top 2 of the week is probably the cloth set that we are getting from the Darkshore Warfronts. I know we already mentioned it earlier, but I am already thinking about all the hot T-mog I am going to have in line once I get it all.
That's the priestess one, right? From the Warfront?
Yeah, it's the Knight Priestess cloth set.
Like, that is literally made for you. I mean, like, you're a Draenei, but, like, that priestess look, ooh.
I mean, purple's my color, so yeah, I will say, yes, it was made for me.
As far as my top 2 to the week, I gotta say a definite revival of the Gilnean race. I really feel like 8.1 put us out there. We're in a main warfront now. Hopefully that drums up some interest. Also, I will say, not only are there Gilneans, but there's Worgans, and Worgans who stay Worgans, they don't shift between. So I'm definitely excited for a stronger Gilnean presence in the Alliance army now.
Sound the alarm, there are more Worgen than Gen that have names.
I can't believe it, honestly.
I'm ready for their whole island they live on to sink into the sea and Growlina watch as she just waves them goodbye.
Classic Growlina.
I'm so sorry, but I had to keep the natural balance. Just the 2 of us.
Alright, guys, well, I think that's it for our Do Not Relent episode 2. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, cookbooks, porn books, lookbooks, whatever you want to send our way, you can email us at donotRelentPod@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at donotRelentPod. If you guys want to plug anything, now's your chance.
Well, you can follow me at New Era Alex on Twitter.
As always, I, Aaron, have been at The Big Acheesy on Twitter, and you can come see my other adventures. We're on Audio Boom, and you can hit us up on iTunes or Twitter at TradeChatPod. I do it with my friend and roommate Will, and we have a lot of fun discussing the World of Warcraft community.
Alright, everyone have a good week, and remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Broadmoor's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.